People seem to get a lot of things confused or misconstrued when it comes to Vybz Kartel case. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna speak on certain key points, right? And even though Vybz Kartel is not my artist, people, I've been through the system, right? Not proud of it, but I've been through the system where I was incarcerated, all right? But the only thing is, Vybz Kartel is in Jamaica, and I was incarcerated in the U.S. See? So now we have Vybz Kartel being incarcerated, and he filed this appeal. His lawyers, they filed this appeal, right? We went to the Privy Council. They remade it back to Jamaica. They quash Vybz Kartel conviction. They didn't show the whole case entirely because Vybz Kartel still have something to answer to come June 10th. This is why I don't know where is this blurry line or this gray area, right? Where his lawyer Isaac Buchanan is fighting on. No, Isaac Buchanan, right? He knows the law because he's a lawyer, right? I'm sure he studied the law, studied certain things or whatever. And these people are paid to secure a victory for their client. Now, being a lawyer, I'm sure he also know, right? Like I said, he knows the law, right? He knows that Vybz Kartel wasn't wrongfully convicted. So the habeas corpus that he filed, right? That was, it didn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Because your client wasn't wrongfully convicted and you want basically the release of your client. But he was fighting that on the basis that the case got remitted back to Jamaica based on the jury tampering. See, so he's saying his client, because remember he's not a criminal lawyer. He's a we we would refer to over here as a what's the lawyer? Right, they have a name for them. He's not a criminal lawyer, but he would be like a civil rights, um, human rights. Like based on that, your human rights, your civil rights. Your right to a fair trial and these things, right? Kind of like a civil rights lawyer, right? But I'm wondering over here to myself, okay, how is it possible that he's putting up these things now saying that, habeas corpus and whatever, right? Knowing that he's a lawyer and he know that Vybz Kartel wasn't wrongfully convicted unless he's trying to make claim on the tampering of evidence or the tampering of the jury. No, it went to the Privy Council and they sent it back to Jamaica. See, they did not dismiss the whole case. They sent it back to Jamaica for the Jamaica High Courts or the Jamaica Appeal Courts to make a decision. So this is where we are right now. So he's trying to maneuver within, right, the Jamaica judicial system, all right, to override certain things, to get his client free before the hearing come June 10th. You know what I mean? That's all it was. And the judge saw that and said, well, that's not going to happen because, it's like you're trying to override certain things. So that can't happen. You have to wait and everything is procedure. Even though I see where you're coming from, but that's a faulty claim because your client is not wrongfully convicted. You know what I mean? It's not like, all right, let me give you guys a scenario. That's like me in the house doing this update and giving you guys this update right now, right? And the feds or the FBI or the CIA, whoever running here, all right? And they detain me, right? Now they might have their reasons, right? So when I call my lawyer, I have whether it's it's my lawyer or it's one of these public defenders or whatever the case may be. I'm just going to speak my truth. Like, why these people, have me, detained? Why they have me locked up and they have no? It's like they ain't bringing no charges against me to say, well, why they have me detained. So when you file a habeas corpus, it's on that level, like you wrongfully detain or lock up someone. So the lawyer can file that to say, well, my client is, y'all ain't charge my client or anything, or whatever the case may be. So what's the case? They have to what Isaac Buchanan have to remember is Vybz Kartel was charged and convicted already, right? But what happened is the Privy Council send it back to Jamaica because they see, well, oh, they might be a little mishandling, you know, and maybe the life sentence is too harsh. The life sentence is too harsh because a lot of people think Vybz Kartel have 35 years. No, he have 35 years until he can appeal, to come out of prison. But it's a life sentence, Vybz Kartel, meaning he have a life sentence behind bars. See, that means life. He's not coming out of jail. If he survived 35 years and appeal, and they decide on good behavior and all these things to let him out, that's a different story, different conversation. But what his lawyer, Isaac Buchanan, is fighting on right now is to get him out based on, like I said, health issues, you know what I mean? And the next thing, all right, key points, right? The next thing, they're saying Vybz Kartel should take a plea deal. Now, I think I've said this too, right? His best option is to take a plea deal. Now, with the plea deal, right, you have to admit, right? You have to admit. So he would have to admit to the crime. Vybz Kartel would have to admit to this crime that, he fling away or dash away, a lizard. Admission of guilt. And the courts may give him a lesser, sentence based on his character and certain things. I don't really see that because he's fighting tooth and nail, saying he's a free man. But this is just in case of people wondering if Vybz Kartel was to take a plea deal. If you take a plea deal, he would have to admit to the crime, see it, and take a lesser charge. Or you would have to snitch and say, well, I didn't do it. It was a conspiracy, or you would have to give up people. It's conspirators. See? So I don't know if you want to take that road, to take a plea deal. Because like I said, in either way, is you admitting that you did it and you taking a plea, you're basically pleading out and saying, well, okay, give me a lesser charge, or, I'm going to work with, the system. The same system they're saying fighting Vybz Kartel. See? But that's what it is. So if you take a plea deal, it's one of the two things. You're going to have to give up someone or give up, his accusers, or he's going to have to admit to the fact that, yes, he had something to do with, a lizard body, gone missing. See? So either way, you know what I mean? But if you don't want to do the time, because life is life. Life sentence is life sentence, the last time I checked. But if you don't want to do the time, you could, you could take a plea or plea out or whatever the case may be, but that's on him. Next thing, people are wondering, why is Vybz Kartel still in prison? Because the case got quashed and, they're still in prison and they're not in remand. You know what I mean? And I'm like, really? So yeah, I want Vybz Kartel to go to remand. That's going to make y'all feel comfortable. It's going to make y'all feel better. You remember in remand, people coming in and out. See, Vybz Kartel, he's more liable. He's more, he's in a situation where he's more physical to get to. You know what I mean? People can reach out to him. You feel me? Because you're in remand. No, I don't know how the Jamaican system is set up. The prison system. The penal system. But you telling me that, yeah, I want Vybz Kartel really in remand, unless it's something where he's being guarded and being protected until he faces court day come June 10th. Y'all telling me I want Vybz Kartel to be mingling with people coming in and out, people who's no charge, and you know or might be going to court based on their charges or whatever. Y'all tell me y'all want Vybz Kartel to be mingling within that society or those sector of people. Really? He's more vulnerable there. If you understand what I'm saying, he's more vulnerable because these are people that's, babe. It's crazy. Vybz Kartel I did a poll on my channel. Vybz Kartel is more protected where he is right now, until or unless he's gonna be a free man. And I'm sure when Vybz Kartel free and do road, if, like I said, he's gonna have to have security. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to have security. I don't know if 24/7 or whatever, but yeah, he's gonna have to have security. You know what I mean? So a lot of people in their feelings because they waiting the outcome of Vybz Kartel case and this trial right now. I can't say if it's gonna be a retrial, but based on what I'm seeing, I'm thinking exactly that's what it's gonna be, a retrial. And if we do get a retrial, it's gonna hurt Vybz Kartel pocket. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if isat Buchanan is going to be fighting on the legality of the case being tampered with, and then these there's these charges that still stand, that Vybz Kartel, because I know you can't find Lizard body, he's still missing. And even before that, they was bringing charges against Vybz Kartel for other cases. So it's rough. It's rough. It's really rough and tough on Vybz Kartel part, or on his behalf. But it is what it is. And when people speak, such as me, this videoing and get the views and all these things and whatever the case may be. But people gonna take note, and because they have a broader audience or a broader following, or their voice, it echoes more when it comes to certain things. But trust me, it's just common sense. It's just you know you taking sense out of nonsense. Vybz Kartel, he end up in a really no he really end up in a situation that it's sticky. That's all I can say. It's very sticky. So his team, his lawyers, they fighting. I don't know. But and the next thing, right, key point, if Vybz Kartel was to get a retrial come June 10th, right, would isat Buchanan be fighting side by side with Vybz Kartel or the lawyers then? Because remember, the last time I checked, isat Buchanan is not a criminal lawyer. So Vybz Kartel is gonna have to hire a new team if he's gonna go through a retrial. That I don't know if it's the same lawyers or people we work with before, whatever the case may be. But he's gonna have to hire a new defense team. I don't know if isat Buchanan is gonna be a part of that team because he's not a criminal lawyer. See, but we have to wait and see. And it is what it is. It is what it is, man. I see, even the guys that funds them in a turmoil, because some people are saying whether Vybz Kartel do road if Popcorn is still gonna do it's a bag of things. Is it? Well, we're not talking about that right now. We're not going to touch on that. We're talking about Vybz Kartel and his freedom. And, if he's going to see the light today, you know, being incarcerated. And how I'm looking at this right now, I'm like, boy, not like people, it look real, slim to none. And if they was to go to a retrial again, boy, I mean, not like, because that would be the burden on Vybz Kartel. Because his defense team now would have to prove and show, say, well, this is why my client is innocent, because he had nothing to do with this. And, his involvement is basically null and void. You know what I mean? Other than, you feel me? So it's not like on the prosecutor them, cause the prosecutor them, they still have their charges them and saying, well, yo, Lizard is still missing and certain thing, and really they could dig up. Matter of fact, they could fling new charges on Vybz Kartel and all them thing there. See it? We're not gonna go there. So the burden of proof is on Vybz Kartel, the defense team, to say, well, why their client is innocent. See? Because them have to prove, say, them client innocent, and him not have nothing to do with this, and and then with the thing with the phone evidence, they could use all of that and whatever, right? But the prosecutors, them, they could say, well, okay, like, you feel me? Where's Lizard? Where is this? And he was, we have the voice notes, we have the, we have certain evidence. But yeah, you guys are saying that's, the evidence was tampered with, right? But it's a fact that it's out there. You feel me? So, okay. So we don't need to really, the prosecutors, they're saying to themselves, we don't really have to come up with nothing new or whatever, We still have charges. And like I said, we could fling new charges on him, So we waiting on the defense team, right? We want to hear what the defense team have to say. What's your new argument? Why is he so innocent and all these things? Because the system fighting him, and because of this, and because blah. You're not showing us anything that's making us, or to convince, right? To convince us that he's innocent. Other than you're saying the case was tampered with. And if you think about it and listen to it, on whose side the case was tampered with? On his side or the prosecutor? Was it on the defense or the prosecution side? The case was tampered with. And that's why the Privy Council remitted the case back to Jamaica, because I think, and I said this before my first update, they didn't want nothing to do with that. They was like, yo, you guys, sort out your business. Why you guys bringing that here to us? We have nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? We have bigger problems right now. Yeah, sort out that. But it's very interesting, and, to say the least, I'm waiting to see the outcome. What June 10th? Yeah, I'm waiting to see the outcome and what it's going to be when it comes to Vybz Kartel right now. Because his case is definitely hanging in a ballot. Yeah, man. But people, bless up on yourself. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Share the video. All right. And yeah. Checking you guys on another update. But yeah, Vybz Kartel right now, may I tell you, right now, it's slim. Slim, dog. Now go around the thing. See? Bless up, people. I'm out.